Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. This is a different setup a bit. I wanted to get everything kind of in frame, and it's kind of dark here in Seattle, so that is why I am here and not over there where you're normally used to me when we are cooking. Yay! I have found this amazing pizza recipe. It's by Wolfgang Puck and it is simply amazing. I'm going to do the pepperoni and cheese. Of course, if you don't want pepperoni, you can just use cheese. And I'm going to do the chicken barbecue pizza, which is exciting. So anyway, let's get into it. Right here, I have the dough consists of 3 cups of all-purpose flour. I use King Arthur flour and it works really well for me. It's unbleached all-purpose flour, but I'm sure any unbleached all-purpose flour will work. This has 1 teaspoon of salt. Yes, I will put everything in the description below. And I mix this together. I whisked it together. And then we have, you can already see how plump this is. This is 1.5 cups of warm water, 1 tablespoon of honey. I just use the honey amber, and this is a Whole Foods. I'm sure you can use any honey. It also includes 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. This is my favorite extra virgin olive oil. It's by Calavita, and it has a great taste to me. And it also includes active dry yeast, 1 package. And I just use I believe this is Red Star. Yeah, this is Red Star. And so what you want to do, you want to let this, once you whisk it all together. The honey, the water, the oil. So the water, the yeast, the honey, and the oil, you whisk it all together and you let it sit and let it rise and bubble. It normally takes about 5-10 minutes max. And you have a separate bowl of the flour and salt together. Now I'm going to fold the flour mixture into this little by little. Fold or stirring, which I'm doing. Use a wooden spoon, or I have a just a spatula. I am normally standing up doing all of this. Let me go ahead and fold this in. You get it all in there. And then you want to put it, after you fold it all in, you want to put it on a floured surface. This is all clean. Put it on a floured surface and knead it by hand. I do it for about 10 to 15 minutes. Or you can use your KitchenAid, which I haven't bought a KitchenAid yet. I probably should for as much pizza as I've been making, but it's a lot faster with the KitchenAid. And this dough makes about 4 smaller individual sized pizzas. Put way too much flour down here, by the way. It's just way too much flour. It's okay. I'll work with it. But let me put this down here. And I'm going to turn on Harry Potter and knead this and speed it up for you guys for about 10 to 15 minutes. And then we'll come back. All right, guys, let's see if this dough is ready. When you press into it, you want it to bounce back a little. And if it doesn't do that, then you need to keep on kneading. Okay. Let's see if mine does that. Let's press into it. It comes back. So mine is about done. And what I'm going to do is put it in a lightly oiled bowl and let it rise for 30 minutes. And I'm not using extra virgin olive oil in the bowl. I'm using just canola oil. So I pour some canola oil in this bowl, and how I make sure that it just gets all over the bowl is I just use a paper towel Make sure it's all over the bowl, and to make sure that I don't put too much. So I have this in a ball, and I'm gonna put this face forward first to get oil on top, and then swish it around on the bottom to make sure oil is on there. Okay. And I'm going to cover this with some plastic wrap or a towel, and then we're going to come back in 30 minutes. All right, guys. So while this is rising for 30 minutes, I'm going to start on the fresh tomato sauce. Yes, you can use can. I've tried the can and it just does not taste the same. If what did my husband say? If you did the can first, I would say, oh, this is good. But because I've tasted the other ones are so much better. So Wolfgang Puck suggests using Roma tomatoes, and I get about 2 pounds of these, or maybe 10. And I need to, I lost my train of thought. I need to peel and de-seed these and cut them in, dice them up to cook them. And I also went ahead and used my KitchenAid, so you don't have to use a chopper. It's a lot easier for me to do 3 cloves of garlic and a small onion. I like using sweet onions, but you also can use yellow onions, which is fine as well. So yeah, let's do all of these, which is my favorite part. Now you can peel these by either boiling them, putting 2 slashes at the top and boiling them, and then they'll start to peel off. Wait for them to cool off, of course, and peel them. I just use a peeler because I don't want to wait for that long process. It's not a completely long process, but longer than I want to wait. So I just use a peeler to peel them. Okay guys, so I have finished de-seeding these and washing these out. What I do is I just do each of them under cold water and put my thumbs in it, and it just clears out. That's the easiest way for me to de-seed these. And the reason I want to say this, the reason why I was able to use a peeler for these is because they're firm. So that's kind of great. All right, this has been sitting for about 30 minutes. Let's go ahead and pull this dough out. And we're going to cut this into 4 pieces. I want kind of mini ones, or personal size ones. But you can make 1 large pizza, and you can make 2 bigger size pizzas. All right. You can use a dough cutter. I just used a butter knife, right? And what we want to do is do this. Go around about 3 or 4 times. Kind of shape it. On a non-flour surface. And then do this. Make it into a little ball. So it's all smooth. And on the bottom it looks like this. And I have a lightly oiled pan. And I'm going to put one right there. Let's do the rest. Now for me personally, this is the second rise. If I don't plan on using all 4, what I do is I will do this and then I'll put it in a Ziploc and put it in the refrigerator. And then when I'm ready to use it, I then take it out, and I need for it to come to sort of like a room temperature and let it rise for about, for let it coming to a room temperature is maybe an hour, hour and a half or so. And then I'm going to cover these two with saran wrap for another 30 minutes, let it rise. Now, while that's rising, I'm going to preheat the oven. So I have a pizza stone. You definitely need a pizza stone. I have a pizza stone, and I put my oven on 500 degrees. I'll put the pizza stone up there, or actually in the description box, which one I get, so that you want to let your pizza stone get hot enough at least 30 minutes. At least 30 minutes. When you don't do it for 30 minutes at least, the crust isn't as crispy, you can tell. And we will let these sit for 30 minutes, and I'm going to finish making the sauce and put these in the refrigerator. And you can put these in the refrigerator for, I say, up to 2 days, and today counts as 1 day. So yeah, you want to use them the next day. If you don't use them the next day, you can use them on the third day, but the pizza does taste different, just so you know. Not like spoiled or anything of that nature. It just isn't as great. The dough isn't. So yeah. All right, guys, so we're back to the tomatoes. I'm going to go ahead and dice these up and put these to simmer in the pan, which you want to make sure it thickens up so that the juices are all not runny, but a nice thick sauce. And so first though, we want to heat up the saucepan. We're going to add 2 tablespoons of olive oil. We're going to saute the onions, and then we're going to add the garlic last, of course. And then you want to add your tomato paste. You want to add 1 tablespoon of tomato paste. I just use Whole Foods regular, no salt added tomato paste, nothing special. You want to add your 2 pounds of tomatoes that are peeled, seeded, and diced. Then you want to cook that for an additional 3 to 5 minutes or so. And then add a cup of water. And then you want to simmer it for 20 minutes or until the sauce thickens. But the biggest part after the sauce thickens is that butter. You want to add in 6 tablespoons of cut pieces of butter. And you want to whisk that in. Add some basil. I normally add about a tablespoon of basil and some salt and pepper. The sauce is amazing. So I'm going to go ahead and dice these up. We're an hour and some change in. And finish making this pizza, which turns out amazing. All right, guys, what you hear is the fan on because I have my oven on 500. And if I don't turn the fan on, the fan will come on automatically, but make sure no smoke is in the house. So this is after 30 minutes. Look how beautiful they look, right? All right, now what you want to do is take one of them and I'm going to put it on you have to have a floured surface. It's a little sticky. And basically make kind of like a well. How about I do that so you guys can see me. And then just gonna work my way around. Now you can roll this out if you're not comfortable with doing this. I'm not a pizza master, just to be clear. So mine isn't amazing or nothing like that. No, this is what I saw Wolfgang Puck do. And he did some other stuff too. He did like this and some other stuff. But he's a chef. So I just do the best I can. All right, and that's how big I'm gonna make mine. Now you can put olive oil on the whole thing. I find that I didn't notice it made a big difference, but that was just me. All right, this is the sauce. I like to have my sauce thicker, but the truth is that my dough is ready, so I need to go ahead and use my sauce. So we will go ahead and I normally put it in a separate dish. The reason why I put my sauce in a separate dish is because I'm gonna put this in the refrigerator, and this glass container, I wanna make sure that it cools down. So how about I put this right here? So, all right, this is still good. Don't wanna leave it on here too long. I'm gonna put some sauce on here. Oh, it smells so good. It smells so good. I normally like my sauce a little thicker, but I'm a sauce girl, so I like quite a bit of sauce. As you see, I'm still putting it on there. All right, and then I like to mix the mozzarella. I use Tillamook. I'm not a fan of fresh mozzarella on my pizza. I like fresh mozzarella in my lasagna, in my meatballs, and all that type of stuff. But not on my pizza per se. I can eat it with it, but I normally don't. And I mix it with Fontina. That's what Wolfgang Puck says he does. And I've done it without it, and it's just fine, and it's still good pizza. The Fontina add this little kick that's kind of nice, and I like it. Fontina cheese. I use some Parmesan Reggiano. And the Fontina, I grated that I got from the cheese part of Whole Foods. Now, I don't like pepperoni, but my husband likes pepperoni. So we use the Welshire uncured pepperoni, which he said is really good. And so I'm gonna put that on part of the pizza. And the other half is my side. Now, you definitely need this, guys. I put some semolina flour on here. I probably put a lot than normal because I still have issues with mine sticking, and I'm trying to get better at that. But this right here, yeah, I tried to do it without it. Yeah, you need one of these. All right, guys, something happened to me while putting it in the oven or putting it on my thing that never happened before until I decided to film. Anyway, I had to redo another one, which is fine. So I'll do the chicken barbecue pizza another time. Yes, it will be within a week, but to get it to be really shiny, sometimes see them do this. Put the extra virgin olive oil on at the end to make it look shiny and glossy and pretty. And then you just cut it. This one probably would have been prettier if I wasn't trying to hurry up, but the pizza will still taste the same. So my cheese part, I'm gonna put some red pepper flakes over it and then give my husband his 2 slices. And normally it's pretty good for us. We're pretty good for a few hours. So yeah, I hope this helped you guys concerning how to make pizza. And we're 2 hours in. So the pizza takes about 2 hours to make, which isn't too bad when you're talking about homemade pizza. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I will be back with the barbecue pizza because of course I have the other ones in the refrigerator. I can make them later or tonight. I just didn't want to lose whatever light I had here today. So, yes, I can't believe it came apart. That's never happened until I started filming. It's probably because I put too much sauce and the sauce was still hot. And so it started to go through the dough because the dough was thin. So this is how it looks. Oh my gosh, yes. And the back is nice and toasty. And by the way, guys, I put my stone at the very bottom, not on a rack, but at the very bottom, so that it's hot and heated. And you can put it at 450 degrees. I just like it at 500 because it takes less time. And Wolfgang Puck said 450 or 500, whichever one you prefer. So I'm all sweaty a bit, but I get to now enjoy some pizza. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.